The following program may contain language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yabo lentwana ziyaqala bese ziyaphapha yabo, and then bese ziyabuya zibuyela kithi and need help, and then sometimes I remind them, you remember you came to me but papa man, and relax, I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, you know.
So for the first episode, we are joined by okay, I think we should start there. Yes, sir. So please make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Everything you need to know about us is on our link below. Make sure that you channel. Oh my gosh.
Round one. Fight! Perfect.
Welcome to our first ever episode, Plugs Next Door. We out here to plug you to the finest music, finest artists. And I'm with my boy here, last name Wavy.
Last name Wavy. What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
everybody?
We're out here to plug you to the nicest music all the time. Make sure that you sit back and relax. Tune in all the time. Don't miss out of anything. All right?
Yes, sir.
So listen up. One favor. Just make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Like
the like
everything that we
button, yes.
post. Make sure that you don't miss out. Okay? Our links to the podcast, to the streaming services. We have iTunes, we have Spotify, everything is there.
Everywhere, bro.
So, for our first guest of the first episode, we have our brother, Mr. Mr. Kgosi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well, Jens. How are you?
Super
We
duper.
good.
Cool.
Let me
Cool,
introduce
Buffett.
you to the man. The man has done everything. I can't think of anything he's never done. Okay? We're talking about a CEO here. CEO of Backyard Art Gallery, an award-winning art gallerist. He is a politician. He is a curator. He's an artist. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah,
my boy.
he's
Been doing a lot. He owns a restaurant. He's a bookstore owner. All right. He's also been in stuff like Westrand Drive-thru Cinema.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Say, have I missed something?
Actually, there's a lot. Hey,
There's a lot.
I'm also the founder of Westrand Film Festival.
Yes, sir.
There's one coming in September. It's Westrand Fashion Week. I'm a creative. I'm an entertainer. I'm an
Okay.
events manager. I'm just everywhere.
Everything.
Yes.
Believe it. So, sir, I just want you to give me your perspective about yourself. Who is Kgosi? Where does Kgosi come from? I checked that you from Siapasi,
Sepakitso.
Siapekiso.
Yeah, that's
Secondary
high
school?
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's secondary. But obvious. Primary was Kazeli Hlentembile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your childhood?
Yeah, esikhule kahle bafethu. We've been just everywhere. It's unfortunately that we from that era of past political era,
Yeah.
which is apartheid.
Apartheid.
We grew up hustling. We grew up under check gas,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm from one street that is a main street. Everything was happening in the street, you know.
Yeah.
And I think my childhood had that political dimension, you know.
Yeah.
And but we couldn't focus on that. We were just building ourselves. I started during that era being at Kagiso Art Center, you know, doing visual arts with Abo Pelina Leburu. We've worked now a number of top artists who some have passed on. But I think we started there, and Nabo Bandile and the musician Nabo Otom Janeka. It was that era that we started to develop. I mean, I've been doing drama. I've won during that time with Black Talent,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been there. That
You've been
era was
at it.
we were just putting ourselves in the entertainment, in the creative space. I grew up in the creative space. Hence, I
Okay.
found myself being doing everything.
Everything, literally
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
Coming to that, which business did you start with?
I started being a visual artist from school. As a scale, as a producer, you know, I started to enter. I'm a competition in that space, the fine arts. So yeah, I think from growing in the visual space, painting. You remember my mom is Mahlangu, Sarah Mahlangu, who passed on a few weeks ago. I was
R.I.P.
inspired also by my uncle, who's Kosana, is they're born Ndebeles. So I started to do the Ndebele designs. I mean, when you go outside, you can see there's. I was inspired by Mandebele.
Okay.
Then I'm from the family of Mandebele, and yeah, it started there being a visual artist. I went to the drama, I did music. Yeah, I've started, but most interest, yeah, the reason that I've left music and drama, ish ngihlutshwa amadlebe. So the noise,
Yeah.
So I end up being in that space, visual arts. Yeah, that's where I started to develop, and I started to exhibit Curious of Museum. I was the first black artist to exhibit there in Curious of Museum. Then I started to develop and go to Johannesburg Art Gallery and other galleries, African Museum. Yeah, it's a long history, but that's where I developed my space. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, which challenges did you face in your business?
Challenges. Just colleagues,
Yeah.
but obviously, you grew up struggling to buy material. Being an artist, you need equipment to start.
Yeah.
You need material,
Which
but
will
that
bring me to my
doesn't
second
have to
question.
discourage you to
Yeah.
continue. Getting few paints and brushes,
Yeah.
But one of the biggest challenges visual artists face now is the space for them to exhibit. They don't get
True.
that opportunity to exhibit. It's unfortunate as we are trying at ourselves to build galleries, we find lack of support from, I think it's a lack of knowledge. I wouldn't blame my community, but I'll say it's a lack of knowledge because these visual things and exhibition were more dominating in the white space. Like you go a town or to exhibit and they buy those guys, they've got buying power. But our people end up living there, but I never left Spansam.
Yeah.
I left my job 2000 to focus on my art till today. So those challenges, I set out fundraise to build my own space. And yeah, that was the process. Yeah.
And you grew up in a space where you were influenced by your culture visually. Yeah. I want to know like who inspired you to take that route.
Yeah, I'll say the environment in the community inspire you.
Yeah.
It's not individual will inspire you.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, that to start, I was inspired by my Ndebele culture, my mom. Because if you know that Ndebeles are bright in
Quite creative,
colors,
yes.
Yeah.
So the abo Mamo o Esther Mahlangu, who we've met several times, and I was inspired by her and my family on that space. But because I don't only paint and the Ndebele things, I don't spend more on my space there. But when you look at my different artworks, you see that I'm inspired by the social issues of this community. The lifestyle, it puts me, Siyavakasha shy around. You remember Mshenguvili, you remember the lifestyle, you don't choose where you are staying, but you'll have to move around and see what abantu baphila kanjani. So I think I was inspired by the life as a cars, from township to rurals to human settlement. Emkhukhwini la. You don't just go and paint and take pictures. You talk to them,
Yeah. They need to
and
be
then
aware.
you create something out of that. Yeah, because when you look at my art, it's an inspiration of even a town, a Josie, And then when you go to Josie, you don't just go and buy what you buy and visit what you visit, but you just go around and look at the environment, and then you come back, you cry, and then you imagine the lifestyle under my pillar. You paint that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I feel you. I feel you. Now, typically, like, put us in your typical day. What does Kgosi do in a day?
Let me tell you one thing. I'm doing a lot. Because my profile is too huge.
Yeah.
Because as I said to you earlier, guys, I'm an inspirer. I'm a creator. I sit down and work on concepts. Hence, I said I did film, I did drama, I did music, I did visually, I'm going to fashion. When I sit down, I think of concepts. I see a lot of young people. They They come, they try, they disappear, and they come. You know, it's very painful because it's us as adults that we need to help them inspire their vision and then their potentials.
Yeah.
So now I prefer working on concepts and invite them. I don't believe in such as nipetain, but once they can come to me, because I usually don't collect proposals around.
Mm.
I said, guys, you are good. This is good. Let's see where we can open so that you can get support.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not about money. I've worked with a number of people. I was in Leburu, I've worked with Abo Tumelo Leburu, you know,
Yeah.
Sonolo, it's Abo Kutlo Maseko, you know, it's a number of them. They've been visiting me, talking and say, hey, visit us. We like what we are doing. And, you know, so every day I sit in my laptop when I'm not going out, you know, share around my chance,
Yeah.
my sheep, blood.
Yeah.
Yabo.
Yeah.
I sit on my office, my computer, I work on concepts.
Yeah.
I believe in working on concept. Some concept takes up to 5 years to work out.
Yeah.
Imagine that the drive-in, the Westrand Film Festival was developed, the concept was developed 2010, but it only happened 2 years back.
Yeah.
So yeah, mina ngihlala ngicabanga yabo.
Yeah.
I write things down, write proposal, I'll keep them there, write proposal, I'll keep them there. You know, the bookshop idea has been there for more than years, but it is coming good now.
Yeah, it's coming
Soon
to
it
life.
it will be launched properly.
Okay.
Probably September it will be officially launched. Yeah.
All right. All right.
I love how you are trying to improve the community itself
Yeah.
and how you actually growing the community in terms of the visual arts
Yeah.
space. I love this painting, by the way.
Yes.
How did this painting come about?
Yeah, that piece. I visited a friend in Shengu, but I remember during that time when Inkatha attacked, you know. But there are some areas in Shengu that are not well developed. So I took a couple of pictures.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunately that the history of this region, especially Westrand Kagiso, is disappearing. So as visual artists, we can only capture that history through the paint. You guys, I know you can capture the history through the visually, you know, the visual media. So it's us as artists, visually or otherwise, or performing artists, to keep the history of this region. So I visited Mshengu. This is Swaneville.
This is wonderful.
Yes. This is a certain part of Swaneville.
Certain part of
Not the entire Swaneville is developed. But I wanted to capture that time when it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the colors and there's that reddish and that a reflector the fire,
At that time.
you know, at that time. You know, but hence I'm saying that we need to capture the history, you know, of our township, which is starting to be
To die
something
out.
else. It's
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. So, as an entrepreneur, what aspect or which favorite aspect would you say you enjoy becoming an entrepreneur?
Beside visual.
Yeah.
The restaurant part.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting there to be a chef. Mina ngizibeka ngaphansi. When I love something, I just put my hands on, you
Yeah.
know. But there's one aspect that I'm going in currently. It's manufacturing.
Yeah.
Wait and see. Probably my next interview, you'll see when I'm talking about manufacturing. Chamdor site is dying, né? And most industrial sites are disappearing. Most companies have left. There's too many
Yeah.
space there.
Yeah. True.
So I'm working on a few 2-3 concepts of manufacturing. It doesn't matter whether it's archer. It doesn't matter whether it's shoes. Question is that the government has money there to do manufacturing.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm working on a couple of concepts. So manufacturing is a space that I'm going to invest in. I'm also going to manufacture paints for visual artists. Rather than going to certain Plascon and buy paints, I'm going to create material that is manufactured locally, which will be distributed for visual artists.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you are familiar to visual art, you'll see that you go to shops and buy these heritage paints, whatever. those are manufactured by mostly whites. But Tina, blacks, we only buy, we don't manufacture.
Yeah.
So we are mostly consumers. So
Basically.
I'm working on that space also. Yeah.
I love how you are trying to build manufacturing companies
Yeah.
for black people. You're basically trying to change the game.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I do have a scientist friend, it's Busiso, who's done distinct. I'm sure you're aware. He's a good friend, has done this vodka. He's also coming with something new like us. So it's also helping me. What one that is surprising that I'm sure you haven't seen it. I've developed a final brand which will be launched later this year. It's Backyard Lager. You know, it's a beer.
Backyard lager.
Yeah, it's already
We are getting into
almost
something.
everything. Yeah, it's a backyard lager. I'll share on with you. You'll share with the guys
Yeah.
so that we mustn't be sisivalele phandle, yabo.
Yeah.
If there's potential of doing something, let be EN0. So Spoo has developed a recipe for that. Larato has developed a complete brand of that. It's ready for brewing.
Yeah.
It's a question that I'm supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to make ourselves aware that
Yeah.
we have a lot of potential in
True.
ourselves as black people.
Yeah.
We have the knowledge, we have all the power to change the society and to change our livelihoods
Well,
just by believing in ourselves more
Exactly.
and knowing where to find what. Understand?
There's a lot of hidden gems.
There's a
in
lot.
us. There's a whole
There's
lot
a
of
lot.
hidden gems.
I know a lot of people, a lot of artists who are not yet discovered yet, but they have so much potential to move the entire world.
no, true, guys.
So
It's
I
up to
appreciate
us.
what you're doing
Yeah.
for the community. What is your greatest achievement? You've done a lot. I know just getting a business off the ground is an achievement on its own. But what would you say, hey, I did that and I'm so proud of that over most of the things that I've done?
Now, let me be honest. I'm happy to see others growing through my efforts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not about luxury. I've helped so many people. I've developed so many DJs like us.
Yeah.
You know. And when I visit, I've inspired people who are on places who are proud when they see me and say, "Yo, I came to you to assist." You know, I'm talking about I'm talking about the joint. I've helped so many guys. I've sat down with them, I've inspired them, but I've never been jealous of their success.
Yeah.
But when always they see me, they say, I've cheated, I've sizzled, I've helped.
Sizzy.
You know, I've introduced Abu Sizzy Rock Boy to the space. I've worked now with Castro, I've worked with Black Coffee, Vinita Vinci.
Yeah.
You know, I've changed the game, the entertainment as a gas, which is during that time. You know, was imokubhetanyana basaba ukwenza izinto safika thina bukhosi yabo Terence. You know, I'm happy that so many
I remember
DJs,
Terence
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the hat.
yes,
The
you know,
old school
I've,
hat.
yeah,
Those
DJ
guys.
Terence. You know,
Deep house
so
DJ, I think.
a lot of DJs were inspired by my involvement. They were happy. But the most important one that I will never drop is the gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going big with this gallery. This is a legacy. It's to me, it's no longer about me. It's about
Genuinely, I don't think I
Yeah.
know any art gallery
Yeah.
besides this one in the hood
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
Kagiso.
yes.
and a lot of black artists
yes.
don't actually have a space to showcase their work.
Yes.
I love what you're doing here, where people can actually come through with their work and showcase their art here.
I've exhibited so many artists.
Yeah.
One of the biggest one was Lefifi Tlari. He's from Tswane. He's one of the biggest artists internationally. One piece here gets around 100K. And I've exhibited more than 50, 60, 70 artists here. But one of the challenges is that you put your money to exhibit them. Unfortunately, that our market is very, very slow at gas.
Yeah.
And you'll find they don't buy anything, but I've spent close to 5 to 10K to put up that exhibition. So I'm sure you know about Teko, Ngobeni. I've worked with so many, Yabo La Vesta. You know, I've been also a teacher in that space. You know, I'm not only an artist. I've
Where you teaching people how
a lot of them.
how to paint.
A lot of them. Most artists are secas, they're from me. Eh? In some artists in Soweto, I'm sure you know about Vesta. There's so many. Tembantaka. I think artists under my belt, there are over 100. Yeah, I've been a teacher for many years. I've ngifundisile Posasa, ngifundisile Mbali Visual Literacy, Bus Factory. I'm one of the founder members of Bus Factory. So I've been in that space for many
For a very
years.
long time.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a huge space and yeah.
One of the arts that really trigger my attention is the one above your head.
Oh,
And that is Mandela.
yes.
That looks like you took forever to make up because it looks so technical. How long did you take to get that done?
It's a painting. It's a few hours. Eh?
Few hours.
Yeah, I don't paint the whole day, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I do a piece, I focus on that piece. But this piece in 6 hours, I was done with it.
Yeah.
And you can see it's a recent painting that is relevant. Is actually linked to COVID-19.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Mandela was not there during
He
that
doesn't
time.
know about that.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
you see the mask and
He
the,
doesn't know
the
about
virus.
COVID-19.
Yeah. So yeah. I only some abstract. It takes me an hour just to do an abstract artwork.
Yeah.
So that one is a very It doesn't let me come up with a story and then work on that. Yeah, a few hours I was done.
Now numbers, how much will you sell that for?
Yeah, I've been putting that at 10, 15K.
10, 15.
Yeah,
Trust.
but the vision about this piece, which is I'm sure is going to be gone soon, it's to put 50% donation to any charity because a few people that they need help and the only thing that I can do, I can sell some of my works and donate the rest of the money to those charities. So I'm putting this painting very soon. We auction. Yeah, I'm on that.
All right. So also I want to find out if you've been in the business industry forever. So now, from what you've went through, if you had a chance to start all over again, what is that one thing that's like? What would you do different, rather? Yeah.
When we started to businesses in Toanas Papanyana,
Yeah.
for now what I'm doing is to save money.
Yeah.
And it's to be disciplined and focused because we have a number of artists who lost focus and currently they've got nothing. And to start again is just to I'm a father, I'm a parent, I've got responsibility than before.
Yeah.
I've got my own things now.
Yeah.
And our kindness, it's unfortunate that some people took advantage of our kindness, but some kindness from you within, it's not easy to drop out. When you say, chance, it's in space, it's fine. You can use my venue. That's the type of I will never change that, unfortunately.
Selfless.
But the best that I can do is to invest.
Yeah.
We lacking investment. Expecting you to say,
Yeah.
Sasa, hey, akusana nix. You start afresh. You open the span in my family.
Yeah.
So but I never give up on my work. I'm no longer talking about the dream. Dreams have been achieved. Our dreams is not about having a lot of money or shining like us. It's to achieve what you've been looking for, what you've been wanting. Being recognized, building a legacy. I don't see the space in the next 1 year, 5 months like this. I'll see one of the top double story with studios there because I'm not willing to build in our China anymore.
Yeah.
But I just want to have a number of activities happening within the structure. Because when I'm gone, I just want to see this continue. Not because of manje, over fit.
Yeah, you building
Color
a
is
legacy.
gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should put him on those questions.
The random questions.
The random questions. We have a set of questions.
We have a new
Random
segment.
questions here.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna give us honest answers like you've been. Just find them real quick.
It's quite fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Not
interesting
just, I'm
over-
here. I can
And
answer
after that, you
anything.
can just give us your connects, how people can find you. Right after the questions, you just let us know how people can find you.
Right. So these are would you rather questions.
I'll answer anything.
Yeah. So would you rather listen to hip hop or quiet?
Both. Unfortunately,
Ah, you
both.
gotta
Choose one. Choose one, my brother.
Quite though.
Quite.
Quite.
Yes.
Would you rather? Are you a Chiefs or a Pirates fan?
Chiefs.
A Chiefs fan.
Yes. I'm
Right.
playing today.
For life. For life. For life.
Yeah.
You a Chiefs fan, bro?
Definitely. Forever, boy.
Yeah.
What is your favorite South African
South African.
movie?
Asina mali by Mbongeni Ngema. I like South African movies. You know, I was doing drive-in. I like Abo Masego. You know, I like South African movies. I've got a list of them, but Asina Mali is one of my favorite.
Yeah. And now, if you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
A free crime South Africa, because this crime thing is really killing our society.
Yeah.
A free drug society, which these drugs are killing our people. When we talk about this on social media, as we are known, people are hiding their faces. You know,
Yeah.
a free GPV society, because we are seeing women being bashed and we quiet whereas we know about it. So those are 3 wishes that I want to see, that our society is free from those evil spirits.
Drug-free society, crime-free society,
Yeah.
violence-free
Yeah.
society.
Yes.
Key.
Now you building what's that again?
What is it?
You building.
There's a lot of companies. There's
He's
a lot.
building a lot.
Which one are you talking about?
And they are coming.
You are building is it a bookstore?
A bookstore, book
Yeah.
club.
A book club.
Yeah.
Now, what is your top 3 must read books?
Believe me, guys, I'm not a book reader.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not a
You're a
book
book
reader.
reader.
Reason that it's unfortunately you can't be interested in everything.
In everything. True.
I have
True.
books, but I don't read
True.
any.
Same here. I also have books.
I've got books.
I enjoy reading books, but I seldom read.
Yeah.
When I do read, I indulge myself in reading, but then not all the time.
Do you find yourself like starting a new book every time?
Without finishing the
Without
other.
finishing
Yeah,
it.
that's me.
No.
That's my problem.
But I'm more interested
That's
on,
my
on, the, on, the, on the political books, eh?
Yeah.
But I'm working also because it's unfortunately, guys, that you'll never be interested in everything. But I'm building this for the community. You can see that
Yeah.
I'm doing. Doesn't mean if you don't like something, you can invest on
Yeah,
it.
true.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
yeah. So I'm hoping next time when you come, I'll be reading 1 or 2, 3. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing if it was a national media. I was in trouble.
Ayo. All right. Just to wrap it up,
Yeah.
now I think you've already answered this question, but let me just ask it. If you had 1 minute of the world's attention, the whole entire world is looking at Mr. Kgosi, and in that 1 minute, what would you tell the whole world? Of course,
Can
you
we-
mentioned
Yes.
those 3.
Yes.
Anything else?
I'll
Maybe?
just be clear that let's not politicize this COVID thing. Let's all get vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's my only wish. People are dying, eh?
Let's get vaccinated.
So yeah, I think for now what I can only talk about is that, because it seems people they don't want to go there, and then our families are dying and being ignorant from taking a vaccine. That's the only thing on my mind currently as we're speaking.
Yeah. It's affecting
That's
a lot
the
of
only
people.
way we can save the world.
Yeah.
To get vaccinated.
True.
That's the only thing.
True.
Unfortunately, it's not related to art, but I was doing murals on awareness on COVID.
Yeah.
I show you some of my pictures. So my current space now is to get the message to people to say, like, wear a mask. Where's your mask? Sanitize. You know. So I think these are current news, and this is a current epidemic that is killing our people.
Yeah.
Because we might talk of the vision of saying, I'm building the second gallery. I've got a plan to put up a gallery in something and get a space there and pay a rent. You know, this is the build up towards another second gallery in something or somewhere in 4 ways. But if you're not protecting ourselves from this virus, I might not even reach there.
Yeah.
No.
True. All right.
Now, for the artist that is starting out, or for the artist watching this and listening to this,
Okay.
who is trying to get into visual arts, any advice for them?
The best advice is that guys focus. You know, papa. Yabo lentwana ziyaqala bese ziyapapa. And then bese ziyabuya zibuyela kithi and need help. And then sometimes I remind them, you remember you came to me, but papa man. And relax. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, you know.
Yeah.
But the best was relax.
cafe.
Chinese pan. And I like what you're doing. You are also artists, guys. Eh?
Yeah.
Being here, you're artists in that space, the visual media.
Yeah.
You know, it's a question that let's share ideas, not saying any undermine, because we've been there. But to the artists out there, because I was working with more than 15 artists across Gauteng. When I started to talk to some of them around the cast, they think Shinela, you know, I won't mention name. But when they saw people, media, they started to say, Uzvalela Pants. You know, I was very critical to them.
Yeah.
I say, I spoke to you. And I'm in Chanel. I took other artists from Israel, so way to, you know, let them focus. And the school is the way to go. Being a visual artist and not study something. It's if you will never understand the technicalities of what you're doing. Yeah. You don't want to study. If the opportunity to study is there, go for it.
True.
Yeah, I think education is the key in our industry. Because it's a homonad every time they're saying it's a hobby. Art, it's a hobby.
Yeah.
It's not, it's a career.
Yeah.
You know.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So, how can people find you, sir?
Becky@gallery@gmail.com 072-709-7160. That's WhatsApp. 2340 Kagiso Avenue, Uzongdole Gallery. Ngona. Yeah, akawangithola uzothola abantu
And
abatheshayo.
ufika usanitizile.
Yeah, fucking mask. Yeah, I want an interview in a mask.
Hey, we have to work on that.
Yeah.
There, yo, thank you very much, sir. It's been an honor. I enjoyed this interview.
Yeah.
And I hope the viewers also enjoyed and learned something from you. I don't know about you, my sir.
Man, I love this. Thank you for the time. Thank you for giving us this space. Man, it's been a pleasure.
And thank you very much for the interview, guys. Keep it up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Thank you, my good sir.
Ta-da.
Don't forget to subscribe. That's your boy, Kefi Tibo, signing out.
Last name Wavy, yo. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. We on Twitter. We on the
Everywhere.
streets. We everywhere. We hoeing everywhere.
iTunes, everything. Subscribe down below. We out here. Yes, sir.